Look at what we got showing up here, you guys. 3 years in the making. There it is. They got the same skid loader we got. Max Series cab and everything. Huh. Well, I don't know. Wouldn't that be nice? Hey.
Let's go.
Good. How are you?
Damn good.
Good. Hey, have you met Zach before?
Yeah, maybe not. I can't remember too much. I'm an old guy, you know how that goes. Hey, Ron Bergman, Muskox, co-owner with my son. I do the designing.
Adam, nice to meet you.
Adam, Zach, Adam.
Nailed it.
Yeah. And you guys started this how long ago, Ron?
Idea came up 5 years ago. Came up with the idea,
And this is brand new this year.
that is
There's
correct.
features and things that have taken 5 years in the making to get to it.
Yeah, so we've been growing quickly. We have over 400 people that are operating the Muskox Snowblower right now.
Okay. And you made new changes this year. Let's go check them out.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
So why do you have it on an ASV?
That's more of a Ron answer. Ron's got a history with the ASV,
Oh, yeah.
Arctic Cat.
Yeah, Arctic Cat, Edgar Hittine, designer. He started Arctic Cat, started Polaris, started Arctic Cat, started ASV.
Who did?
Edgar Hittine.
How do you know that?
Well, because he was an old Arctic Cat guy. My boss, who I worked for Arctic Cat for 36 years, managed in their engineering department. And Edgar Hittine had started Arctic Cat. Roger Skyme, who I worked for, was Edgar's buddy. He was one of the first guys that helped develop the old Arctic Cat snowmobile back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So I worked for Arctic Cat for 36 years.
So he made Arctic Cat.
Yep.
He
started ASV.
So did he actually create Arctic Cat?
Yeah, he was the guy that kind of created the marketing thing. Arctic Proven Tough. It was the Arctic Cat snowmobile. They'd go up to Alaska and test Arctic Cat snowmobiles. And Roger, who I used to work for, would always tell the story of Edgar. They just started the company. They'd build 20 snowmobiles. They put them out in front of the building, and later in the day, he'd have Roger move some snowmobiles inside. And Roger said, "Why am I doing that?" He said, the next day, they're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting sold. Come get yours.
Not only an engineer, but a marketing guy. But anyway, a lot of the young guys that work for me designed the ASV, so I know the guys.
So you were there right out of the gate when ASV was getting designed. Was my question?
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Oh God, I'm old. I kept 25 years ago. I remember up in Roseau, I seen the first one where they're going back and forth. It was quite different. But seeing all the things that they tried to do, being creative. So yeah, I have my heart and blood in ASV. I love it. Great loader.
So the reason why I wanted to get that information was because I knew that it was created by a snowmobile company, but I never actually talked to anybody that was part of the actual process before in my life.
The suspension, that's created by a snowmobile type person, the way the walking system, the lost motion in the back. If you go look at a snowmobile, they always have a lost motion link in the back where the thing swivels and follows the ground. So great design. Yeah, there's the story.
There's the story. All right, so what's the story with the snowblower now? Okay, Adam, what are the changes thanks Ron. Okay,
yeah.
So tell me about what are the changes you've made to this thing? What's new with it?
Yeah, over time, as you guys have seen, first of all, the first thing that's gonna catch your attention is there's 2 augers in there. That came out last year. It's been a big difference for us. You back drag and blow more efficiently, you blow snow faster. Serrated edges you catch. This is pretty neat with all the teeth, right? Where we live, gets soft snow, turns into hard snow, and we got to eat through it. So all these edges all the way through, big difference. Big thing this year that Stanley can get close in and check out is our 6-fin fan. In the past, we were 4 fins, and we found we're about 15% more efficient blowing through big snow because we're just not weighting down the machine as much. We're not stealing from the hydraulics. Makes a big difference with our hundreds of people that are using this current design.
So this is truly a 3-stage auger attachment. 1,
Yep.
2, and then 3. And why the 6 fans? What's the big deal about 6 versus 4?
Yeah, we went to a negative angle, very much like a water pump. You've seen water pumps run, and that does a really good job of moving for years doing that. We distribute the weight better with it, so we're just not bogging down the hydraulics. Best example is when you're going down, you're slowing down, going through big snow. The probability of that happening is decreased. It still can happen, we just do it less often.
Tell me about the side
Side
plates.
fins are cool, right? So when you're using this machine, you've never used a snowblower that back drags before. So you have augers that are coming close to the ground. They won't hit the ground. When we get into this position, we have a straight line right here that's gonna hold all the snow inside the machine. And this is all UHMW plastic. I'm gonna take my gloves off and you guys can see that. So it's all UHMW plastic. Steel does not touch the ground unless you want it to. You can touch the ground with this steel cutting edge. You guys are gonna get a chance to see that. I'll show you how you know exactly when that steel touches the ground. Otherwise, we're naturally riding on UHMW, which is what they use on skis, on snowmobiles, very popular in this industry.
And then back here you've got, this is also new this year.
Yeah, so it's our leveling guide. So we work with our operators all the time and we want to know ways to improve. This is a great teaching device. So what happens when you're as an operator, you can see right down to this leveling wheel. It's all done by gravity. It's going to show you when you're in the perfect blow position. It's going to show you right when you get into that shear position, that steel cutting edge I showed you. That is not engaged to the ground until it's positioned just like this.
And shear, this is for scraping through hard-packed ice and snow and what have you, right?
Yeah.
And this is when you're going forward and you're just using this as a regular snowblower, you know what position you're in.
Nailed it. So what I want to do as an operator, if I want to go in the blow position, I'm riding on here, which is plastic. So I'm not going to scratch the surface, right? So everybody's got to go over, they can't scratch the surface. We're able to do that. But now I'm in a position where I want to shear, I want steel on the ground. I got to break up that ice. Just pay attention to that wheel, rotate it forward till you hit here, you're perfectly engaged. You will not go through as many cutting edges because of this feature. Then when we get into our back drag position, which is our patented position, I know I'm doing this with my hand right now, but inside the machine will show you that. You can see that rotating. When you guys are back dragging, it's gonna get you into that perfect angle so you're more efficient at blowing that snow backwards and using this rubber cutting edge as a squeegee. When we get that wet snow, right, that can turn into ice pretty fast. Use this rubber like a squeegee, back drag and blow at the same time.
So you've designed these serrated teeth on this cutting edge to grind through hard-packed snow, hard-packed ice.
Yeah.
Do you have a shear pin? What if you hit something hard? What if you hit something that's going to stop that and snap that? How do you handle that?
You stay inside your cab, most importantly.
Okay.
Kick the hydraulics into reverse and get that piece of wood or whatever obstacle got inside that, because there's no shear pins, no shear bolts.
Wait a minute,
direct drive.
There's no shear pins?
Zero.
How do you handle that then? What do you do?
So it's a hydraulic slip clutch, right? So it's all taken by the hydraulics. It feels if there's too much pressure holding on to this auger, it can sense that there's a chunk of wood in there. It immediately stops everything, so it's not going to break anything.
Okay.
You stay inside that cab, kick it in reverse, it gets rid of whatever object that's in there. Now, if you're paying attention, we do snow removal. We've all had the time where we got a dog chain that got caught inside that.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Don't know
think
if it's
about a
happened
dog
to you.
chain. No,
it has happened to me doing residential snow removal. I get that caught inside of it. When you hit that reverse, it's not going to kick that chain out. You can come out, remove that chain. That's all you got to do. You don't got to change that shear pin or shear bolt depending on the machine you have.
Okay.
But Ron, if you want to fire up the machine, then I want to show you guys real quick on that leveling wheel for training. That's a big thing when we hire new operators or experienced operators. We want to know what right looks like. So we put you in a good position. There's our blow position. There's that leveling wheel I talked about. Now Ron, let's go ahead and put it in the shear mode. And now he's landed right in that shear mode. So now that steel cutting edge that we saw is perfectly engaged. And look at what he's doing. Now he's able to shear off that snow.
That's hard packed stuff right there.
Yeah, that is.
Go forward some more, Rod. Look at that. Okay, that's good. You're eating up my asphalt. Yeah, she shears all right.
Yeah, so you choose that as an operator, right? You want to do that. Now I want to look at that wheel too with you.
Wait, stop, Ron. Go back to shear first. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I got it.
Goes quick. Now Ron, let's put it in the back right here and watch that wheel. So he is the operator. Can see that? Now look, hold on, Ron. You're still too fast. Look how I'm perfectly engaged on that ground. My rubber's at the perfect angle. I'm engaged the way we want to be. Now Ron, let's back that up. He's rotated and he's backing up in that position. And now watch, we're able to use rubber touching the ground rather than that steel engagement.
That is a nice cut and drop. Holy cow. I was not going to think you were going to get anything out of this area for sure.
But nobody's been driving over, everyone's been driving over it with no snow to be able to be. And we're going to get out, I want you guys to know, with ours, yes, we got on this hard surface and sheared it. You can't always do that. When you're in our normal blow position, you guys saw that plastic earlier. I'm now in our blow position. Steel is not touching the ground, so I can't scratch it right now.
So you can't scratch the ground?
You can't right now. So if you got in that position, you're on top of plastic. What I hated as an operator is I had to decide before I went out. Do I put that steel cutting edge right on the ground and I'm able to scrape all the ice? Or do I have it slightly off the ground, leaving snow that turns into ice? I made that decision in the shop. Today with the Muskox, you make the decision as the operator and you just rotate this machine and put it in one of those two spots.
Do you know what that means for us? We got an account and just down the road from here with 46 brand new driveways. 46. And I am not allowed to scratch those sons of a duck to the point where we're getting out and we'll do one test plow and we look and we're looking at it and we're like, yeah, we're good this time, because the snows are always different, right? And the plows, when you're just using standard plows, they always impact them a little bit differently, and we can't afford, because this account, they'll have our hiney if we scratch up their driveways.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful feature for guys that are going into accounts with brand new driveways or brand new surfaces, to take the guesswork completely out of it, to make sure that somebody's doing what they say they're going to do and not doing something extra that's going to cost them some money down the road, like scratch up a brand new hard surface.
When we were testing my neighbor's yard, hi Chris and Lisa if you watch this video, but we scratched their drive when we were testing without having these features. So we learned just like you're describing. But yes, operator, pay attention to that wheel one more time. It's going to show you blow, plastic touching ground, shear, steel touching ground, just like what you're talking about.
All right, well, let's see her go blow some snow. All right, what about hydraulics, high flow? Is this got to have a high flow machine?
No, we work on a low standard high flow, 14 to 50 gallons per minute. So we have 5 different motor sizes. You get a hold of us, we match the Muskox to your brand of skid steer and the gallons per minute.
Really?
Yeah.
What about electronic connection? Because I'm looking at this one and we do have, now you've got it connected up to an ASV, which is a 8-pin.
Yeah.
But it, you know, like our Cat has a 14-pin and other units use other pins. Tell me about that now.
Yeah, that's a great question. Get a hold of us or our dealers, and then they'll hook up the electronics to your machine. So it comes plug and play, ready to go. 8-pin, 14-pin, 7-pin adapters we have for every brand of skid steer.
As long as you know what the skid loader it's going on is, then you guys will set it up at the factory and bring it out to these guys.
Yeah, it's super important. Some of the machines have both standard and high flow. If you have high flow, we recommend that's what you run it to. So we'll go to that machine, but get a hold of us and we'll figure it out with you.
Well, how do guys get a hold of you? What's the secret sauce to reaching you?
Yeah, so our phone number, you'll get a hold of a couple sales guys, or you can also talk to Ron and I directly. So that's our phone number. We'll give it to you. It's 218-288-1905. Can follow us on any social media platform, track us down that way, or at our website, which is muskoxmn.com. So Muskox, which is our brand. To get
what about warranty?
Yeah, great question. 1-year warranty on all parts except the wearable parts. We saw earlier we have some UHMW parts on the machine that you can get extra kits to. They're reasonable, but 1-year standard warranty on the machine. And the warranty starts when you receive the machine, not when you buy it.
And how much does this thing cost?
The one we're running today is $13,995. That's our most popular model by far. You can get a single auger version of this, and that's at $11,995.
Who would want that?
If you're not doing snow removal necessary for a living, so we'll get some farmers, different people that use it for individual use. We have people that buy these just for their homes to have, and they're not doing a ton of back dragging where they're doing a lot of driveways. They're just doing their individual property, and some of those people end up going with the single auger.
So they're not using it on a commercial basis where they're, no, every single time it snows they're going to be putting 14 to 34 hours on this thing. This is more for that's more for the guy using it to clear his own property at his leisure.
This is the labor saving machine, right? You want to make money, you want the dual auger. If you want to get out of the house and spend a little time in your individual driveway, I got 2 kids. I sometimes want to do that. I'd probably do that with the single auger just to get out if it's for my residence.
Very good. All right, well that's gonna cut this one. So thank you.
Fun, buddy, appreciate it.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Ron. Thanks for walking us through this thing. And you guys just hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of winter left in Minnesota and a lot of snow to come. Yeah, so that's it for this one. God bless you guys. Go get them. Thanks for going along for the ride with us.